This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday to talk about Bitcoin, crypto, and everything you need to know about what's going on in this crazy space. Bitcoin is breaching $45,000 this morning, so we have a little bit of a pimp going on, so let's pamp it up. You got to pump it up. And make sure you guys are smashing the likes, subscribing to this channel, and sharing this stream out with friends because YouTube doesn't. We are currently on the road to 15,000 lovely, beautiful subscribers. We are at currently 14,907, so we are making our way. We have 93 more subscribers until we hit that 15K. And boy, when we hit this 15K, are we going to partay. So again, make sure you are having everybody you know subscribe to this channel so that way we can party and have a good time. Also, make sure, as you guys are saying good morning to me in the chat, because I like saying good morning to you people, because you guys are here to support me, so I'm going to say good morning to you. Make sure you guys are checking out our sponsors, Cake Wallet, eToro, get $10 on them when you sign up, and Cipher. Make sure to use code missteencrypto or code Zesty for 20% off at checkout. Links are all in the live chat as well as the description. All right, we have Oval in the chat. We have Randy Black Hat. Nice to see you. Mr. Yee was raving. Oh my gosh. We have All Set, Colin McKenzie, Dan R., who's always here for me, Dan R. John Germain, nice to see you. All Set, what up? Mike Volmer. We have Wick and Wifey Wick out here. I love the Wicks, the wicked Wicks of the South. We have Dave's FinTech channel, Randy, Emma, of course. Doge Bull, hi Doge Bull. Nice to see you, my friend. Who else? We have so many people in here this morning. You guys are chatting it up in here. Jimmy, Uncle Jimmy. Hello, Uncle Jimmy. Swash, nice to see you. Galaxy 9, what's up? One Glencoe. He's in Virginia stacking his sats as he should. Beautiful. Hi, Ray K. Nice to see you. Patrick Murphy. He's not hiding Oval this morning. Brandon E. He said, OMG, I'm early. Hi. Well, hello, my friends. Welcome. Jim from Belgium. Hello, my friends. I love Jim from Belgium. He gives me all the good deets about what's going on there. M2 is here. Sawtooth Hiker, Strategic Dream. It says, good morning from Kick. Nice to see you, my Kick friend. Daddy-O, it's nice to see you. Jim Reed, good morning, good morning. Who else? Nick Eth from X, nice to see you. David Bryan from X as well. Earn Myth. John Foster, good morning. Tell Emma I said good morning too. Who else? Stop Losses on TikTok and on YouTube. Donato is here. Crypto Farmer. David Lee. All right, all right. Oh, Resistance, hello. Nice to see you. All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Jay, cheers to you on the TikToks. Jack, hello to you. Tommy is from Florida. Nice to see you, man. Am I a voiceover artist? Not now, but maybe in the future. Dees said a lot of non-crypto talk as usual. I didn't even get there yet. Sarah, thank you for the hearts. Much love to you. Almost 200 people in chat. I know it pops off in here. The Clam, good morning. Rashid, good morning. Zen Warrior said love and elevation. I freaking love that. Rain the love. Rain the love. Also, if you guys are wanting the better experience for this show, whether you're on Kick or TikTok, please head over to youtube.com/missteencrypto, TikTok, PFP, link in bio. All right. Woohoo! Let's get after it, man. Crimson, hello. I almost missed you, Crimson. Andy is in the chat. S-Dog, hello. All right. I think I got everyone. The All-American from X. Oh, John English. All right, Irate Fall. Sheesh. Sheesh. You guys are crazy. As I get into the show, everyone's like saying hello to me. Make sure you guys again are smashing these likes and sharing the stream out with friends. Oh gosh, what is this? You're welcome. That is fake. That is fake. Golden is here. Fox Phoenix. All right, I think I got everyone. I'm gonna say I did. And if I didn't, oh Sharam. Hello. Okay, and if I didn't, you guys can yell at me and tell me I'm a bad person. But other than that, we're gonna get into the news because we have a lot going on now, and I want to break it down. Firstly, we're gonna take a gander at the charts. We see that Bitcoin has breached 45K. We're currently at $45,124, up 1.75%. Green dot was printed, playing out very, very nicely on all accords. So we're gonna keep watching Bitcoin. We were looking for that 43.8. We went through it with confidence, closed yesterday at 44.3, and now we wanted to breach that 44.8 was our next level, and we are doing so. So again, our next major level, of course, besides 48K, is this 48.3. So we'll continue to break down the charts in a little bit and see the latest on Bitcoin. Right now, though, I would love to check out, Bell Miner. Sheesh. Eric, thank you for the 5 memberships. Camp it up. Thank you for the membershipery. Thank you for the membershipery. Let's get after it. Make sure you guys give me some Gary emojis because it always goes back to Gary, where we have all of these bank stocks that are absolutely crashing, all because of NYCB. If you guys don't know, NYCB, New York Community Bank, is still crashing. $4.11 today, down 8.48%. Actually insane. 8.38% in the red, $4.11. We have right here all the indicators telling us that this is absolutely crazy with a little bit of money flow coming through. The VWAP is trying to pick up, but that momentum, the RSI, absolutely trashed. And we see here between the day of the first red day to now, we are at a 60% loss for SVB. We obviously know that there are going to be TradFi bros and all these people that manipulate the market, obviously, because you've never seen this much volume in this stock ever, besides now, that they're trying to save this thing, but it's not going to happen. They hold the stock. They do whatever they want. Now, again, the next level below where we're at now is 0. Literally 0. Going back in time before I was even freaking born, man, way before, almost 10 years before I was born. Right here. Actually, it was 10 years before I was born. 1993. That was 10 years before I was born, kiddos. And we see here, that's when they opened on the stock market at $1.17. That is the next level you're looking at, besides 0. So could this reminds me of SVB, that's why I'm saying it. Is NYCB going to 0? Is New York Community Bank going to be the first bank failure of 2024? What stock? NYCB, New York Community Bank. That's a beautiful little message. Is that Ethan? Is that Ethan in the chat? But yeah, listen, man, that's why we have to stay aware and look at the banking system, because we look at the banks. That's why we're in crypto, is to be looking at these banks and letting people know what the dangers are and that these banks are going to fail, and they are failing. They will always fail, because that's what the system was designed to do, was to fail. All of these banks, it's going to lead up to the top 4, then the top 3, and then the number 1, which in my opinion might be JP Morgan, but we will see how that all works out. It's the road to CBDC's universal basic income, and this is why we hedge against the banks with Bitcoin. Being our own bank, not having value being taken away from us, and maybe waking up one morning and not being able to get our money. Shout out to my beautiful girl, Alexandra G. I love her so much. Thank you for the 10 memberships. We love the rate of membershipery. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Alexandra G. Did Emma get hers yet? Oh no. Emma's going to be very upset. Emma's going to be very upset. All right, let's see what's going on now. Let's take a little road down in crypto. Of course, we have to start off with a little bit of a fun piece, because we like to laugh. We like to laugh, right? The NBA is sued over marketing links because of Voyager. If you guys don't know what Voyager was, people were able to stake on their platform and earn some income. They were a crypto lender. They obviously went bankrupt when the whole SBF, FTX thing went down, Celsius went down, and everybody and their mother was on these platforms. And we saw how interconnected they all were. They all filed for Chapter 11. Voyager is obviously still something that's on the mind of these regulators, since they're coming after the NBA how many years later? And why are they coming after them now? For FUD, to spark some fear in the market, because obviously Bitcoin is going up and they do not like that. We see here, the NBA is facing a proposed class action lawsuit over its marketing with now collapse of crypto lender Voyager Digital, which the platform's users claimed led to losses of over $4.2 billion. They're saying the NBA was grossly negligent when it approved Voyager's promotional deal with the Mavericks, claimed over a 100-page February 6th lawsuit that was filed in the Miami District Court. It details the marketing from the firms and alleges the NBA was meant to serve as the, quote, gatekeeper. Quote, this lawsuit simply seeks to hold the NBA liable, the class group claims. The NBA's widespread promotion of Voyager's unregistered securities renders it liable for any and all resulting damages. Plaintiffs also allege the NBA deliberately decided to embrace the risks of working with crypto exchanges like Voyager, Coinbase, and FTX and accepted, quote, billions in promotional compensation. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Now, here's the bright and shining thing here. Coinbase is all over the courts for the NBA. Should the NBA be held accountable because one team was doing some marketing with Voyager and Voyager failed? No, because how were people supposed to know that Voyager was going to fail if they gave people some information that worked at the NBA and maybe they just didn't know? People didn't know about FTX. People didn't know about all these people that were doing the wrong things behind closed doors. And if you, again, really want to look at the double standard of the whole situation, why isn't the NBA getting sued over promoting things like Chase and all of these banks that they have on their courts, as well as people like Voyager, like Coinbase? How many things has JP Morgan done wrong with the billions of dollars that they've been fined? Countless. All of these bad actors are allowed to display all of their promotions except for crypto exchanges, and they get sued over that, the NBA. Another thing that doesn't make sense and more FUD to make people seem that you can't do crypto marketing and crypto is bad. It's all actual, hold on. And shout out to Allset. Allset, I've never seen you rain membershippery. Thank you so much for the membershippery rain. Yay! Woohoo! Woohoo! Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. Did Emma still get it? Emma still didn't get it. That's insane. Emma's going to be so upset. Some universities promoted Voyager on the court a couple of years back. Yeah, Daddy-O. They promote all these banks, so why can they promote the banks when they're all bad actors? But they can't promote crypto exchanges. It doesn't make sense. Did Voyager fail? Yes. Did FTX fail? Yes. But who was really at fault for all of that? The SEC, the people that are supposed to regulate but didn't regulate because they were friends with all these people like SBF, having all these backdoor meetings. Drop a Gary emoji because this is getting intense. This is getting intense. Drop a Gary emoji. Also, shout out to Alex O Crypto, the Otter Gang, for becoming a member of the Zesty fam. That is so awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Thank you. You guys are great. I love the membershippery out here. I love the membershippery. We're going to continue on our way. As you guys are smashing these likes and sharing the stream out with friends, let's make sure we have 150 likes, 150 live viewers today. And again, we have subscribers that we want to make sure we can acquire. Oh my gosh, 5 memberships from Alex. Thank you. Oh my sheesh. I'm so excited right now. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yay. We gained one. Guys, 92 subscribers left for 15K. Let's freaking get it. Let's get it. Pamp it, pamp it, pamp it. Oh, you guys are beautiful. Thank you, Alex. Oh my gosh, the membershippery. It's getting to my heart. Like the US Treasury gets to my heart, guys. I'm a little spiced out. I'm a little spiced out, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we always see Liz Warren, Gary Gensler going on TV and talking about how crypto is for bad actors. That JP Morgan even saying the same thing, that the use case for crypto is for illicit financing, when that's the exact use case of cash. It's the exact use case of the banking system, because everything is private, everything is closed doors and easily manipulated by the people that run the system. Seems as though the U.S. Treasury is actually backing up what we're saying. Less than 1% of crypto's activities are for illicit financing, and it seems as though crypto is not the king of illicit finance. It seems as though cash is, the U.S. dollar is. According to who? The U.S. Treasury themselves. Cash, not cryptocurrencies, remains the go-to money laundering method for criminals and organizations, according to a detailed risk assessment report from the United States Treasury Department. There are 3 separate reports that go into money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing and unpack the current landscape. Primary takeaways were that criminals and transnational criminal organizations continue to use cash. They highlight that this Anonymity, stability, and ubiquity of cash is a means of payment and a primary reason why it remains the preferred money laundering preference. They say, quote, criminals use cash-based money laundering strategies in significant part because cash offers anonymity. They commonly use U.S. currency due to its wide acceptance and stability. They say that bulk cash smuggling involves the transport of the U.S. dollar and remains a popular method to launder illicit proceeds inside and outside of the country. They're saying they transport this across borders and deposit into foreign bank accounts. They have 1,400 seizures of currency and monetary instruments, and this resulted in $18 million. And there were over $1,000 outbound currency and monetary seizures, totaling approximately $53 million in 2023. People are obviously using aircrafts and flying with cash to go from one place to another. And then they also add a section on virtual assets that say they pay a particular attention to the AML obligations and compliance failures of cryptocurrency exchanges and service providers. They're saying that the companies fail to maintain AML and counter-terrorist financing controls or sanctions obligations and can facilitate nefarious uses of their platforms by criminals. They said $4.3 billion settlements were involving Binance. Obviously, we know that happened in late last year. And this was a prime example of failure to comply with AML. This is their little thing on DeFi right here. Let me see the truth. And that is that cash is king for illicit finance. That TradFi is king for illicit finance. And crypto is not, because everything is transparent. Every single transaction on the Bitcoin blockchain, Ethereum, and many others is transparent. Everybody can see where the money goes and what was being swapped for what. With cash, you do not see that. If you have somebody that is just handing a bag of cash and flying from one country to another, nobody's going to know. We even see that bribery with Robert Menendez, a senator. What was he given? He was given cash, gold, and mortgage payments in exchange to do gosh knows what and give out our country's information to the Egyptian government. Obviously, cash and TradFi is used for illicit financing. It is king for that. They don't want you to know that about crypto and how it's so transparent and how much smaller that is. They want you to say, oh, crypto's so bad. Crypto is not good. Why doesn't Liz Warren, Janet Yellen, and Gary Gensler come out and say that, hey, this Treasury report points out something really interesting? But they don't want to because it's a double standard. Crypto's bad. It's for bad actors. Yet every single point proves that the dollar and the banking system does more bad for the world than it does good. It's absolutely horrible. I wish they would go on TV. I wish these people would say that they were wrong, but they never will. And you know why? Because Liz Warren is backed by the American Bankers Association. They're all backed by bankers, and they're all getting paid. They're all paid actors to tell you things that are wrong. And that's why they really don't tweet about these things either, because they get community noted. That's the reality of the whole situation. Oh man, I have a lot of opinions, and I have a lot of things that we have to talk about today. Now, sheesh, man. I talk about CBDCs a lot, and I talk about the reality. I'm a realist, and that's what a lot of people maybe dislike, but maybe a lot of people do like, is that you have to be a realist. You have to be able to look at facts and assess the facts and go looking for them too, because there are people that I would maybe say something to that would throw them off, and they would be like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're this, you're that. I said, but the facts are facts, and if you don't go looking for the facts, you're never going to find them, and you're never going to find answers. Therefore, you will keep living an oblivious lifestyle. I like to connect the dots, and you guys know that too. As I'm taking my sip of coffee here, I want to talk about India. India is going to look at offline solutions to their CBD adoption in the rural areas. Now, India is manufacturing their numbers. And for the CBDC project, and I'll go through that as well. They're one of the largest CBDC projects. I think the United Arab Emirates held the largest CBDC project. I think India's right behind that. They've been working on this for a few years now. We've been talking about it for a few years, and they want to make sure they could have offline payments as well. This sounds a lot like another country that we talk about as well that has offline payments for their CBDC.
China.
Which, again, connecting the dots, we'll go through it all. Firstly, the Reserve Bank of India, the governor, said that the central bank will explore offline solutions to boost the adoption of the digital rupee in remote areas of the country with limited internet access. They're saying several online solutions that include proximity and non-proximity based solutions will be evaluated in hilly, rural, and urban areas to achieve this aim. They said, quote, "It is proposed to introduce offline functionality in the CBDCR to enable transactions in areas with poor or limited internet connectivity. These functionalities will be slowly introduced through the pilots." They said the CBDC program currently enables peer-to-peer and person-to-merchant transactions using the digital rupee wallets provided by the pilot banks. The plans for launching offline capabilities were proposed in March of last year when the RBI's executive director said that they were looking to test the CBDC potential for cross-border transactions. They're currently being tested for offline capabilities using the Unified Payments Interface, UPI. The CEO of the Indian blockchain analytic firm Quebeco also told Cointelegraph, "We already have popular payment services with offline capabilities, especially UPI. The CBDCs align with the government's vision to eliminate cash. Although CBDCs are an alternate solution, the primary purpose is to have a well-monitored monetary system." There are so many things to break down in this one article. One, they're saying that there are peer-to-peer payments. We already know that's not true because these wallets and everything that this goes through is through the central banks, through the banks themselves. So if they don't like you, they don't like what you're doing, you do not have control over your wallet. So as much as they would like to tell, yeah, it's peer-to-peer, peer-to-merchant, it's not because they can censor every single thing you do. Now, they started this last year in March of 2023. What was happening with the offline? Let me restart that. The offline capabilities were first started in March of 2023. What was happening in March of 2023? The huge banking crisis where banks across the world were falling apart because of our banks. That's why. It all ties together. They wanted to test cross-border payments. They were ready for the failing of the banks. And this is ultimately what they're preparing for as well. They're also saying that this is helping the government's vision of eliminating cash. Everybody knows that they want to make cash obsolete, not just in India, but worldwide. During the pandemic, people weren't accepting cash. You had to pay with digital payments. The digital payments we have egregious fees when you use them versus cash that obviously does not have those fees. And cash is genuinely peer-to-peer, not transparent, which is what they don't want. They don't want you to have privacy. And just like we were talking about the dollar, the U.S. Treasury, how criminals are using it, privacy is not just for criminals. Everybody, it's a basic human right to have privacy. They want, even in the quote, a well-monitored monetary system. It is going to be completely controlled. They want to know every single transaction you make, where you are going. That's why the offline payments are such a big deal, because they don't want you to have any sort of thing that they do not know about. They want to know where you're going. And what other country has been doing this for a long time? China, Hong Kong. Even with the offline capabilities, they're talking about how this digital rupee project has 1 million daily transactions. Do you know why that number came about and how it's a lie? Because it was manufactured. All of these headlines, everything that goes into these projects is completely manufactured. Go back to what we were looking at in the beginning of January, a month ago. How they crossed 1 million transactions, though, but it was because of the banks. What did the banks do? What does this article say? The only reason they had 1 million transactions in one day was because the banks were forcing the people that worked for them to accept the digital rupee as payment. And they didn't have a choice. That is why there were 1 million transactions in a day. It was manufactured. It wasn't real. The banks are forcing it on people. The offline payments with China, they're using SIM cards. Now, we could go back. This is from July of 2023, this article that we were going over, if you guys remember. Bank of China, they were trialing offline payments for the digital yuan via SIM cards. The Bank of China is currently conducting trials for offline payments that connects to your SIM cards. It's specifically for the digital yuan, their CBDC. They plan to enable users to make phone payments by integrating its digital yuan app with specialized super SIM cards with NFC capabilities, which is the tap and pay technology on your phone. They simply need to bring their phones near the point of sale, eliminating the need to turn the phone on. It even has the ability to transact and process the transactions when the phone is turned off. So on, off, your phone is completely attached to the government. They're completely controlling every single thing you do. So the digital rupee, the digital yuan, it's exactly the same. All these central banks work together. Even if you look at the Hong Kong website for their digital currency, who's involved? The Bank of Thailand, the UAE, the Bank for International Settlements, which is a group of unelected bureaucrat central bankers that control literally 95% of the world's economy. This is why we pay attention. This is why we connect dots on this show and talk about information that nobody else is going to give you. Because it's a scary reality. But you know what? That's why we have to educate. This is why we cannot ignore it. We have to let people know that there's another way, that you can actually have money that you own, that cannot be taken from you, that you can transact with actually peer-to-peer, cross-border, and without censorship. And hold your value, most importantly, which they want to digitally print. Once they force these CBDCs on you, once they try to eliminate cash, because that's what Nigeria did, the Nigerian Central Bank.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As I'm saying it, bro,
Nigeria
literally
CBDC
as
from
I'm saying it,
2023.
Golden. As
Just
I'm
saying.
You're on point, bro. That's what the Nigerian Central Bank did. What did they do at the start? And we covered this from start to freaking end. They tried to ban crypto. They told you that you could only take out $45 a day as an individual from the ATM, only $45 point of sale, and anything more than that, you had to get charged a fee or you wouldn't be able to make the transaction. What happened right after they did that? They launched the eNaira, the Nigerian CBDC, which nobody wanted. And we had videos of people raging outside the banks because they wanted their cash back. Because the Nigerian CBDC is not being used, because people don't want it, they try to bring back crypto a little bit, say, hey, you have a little hope here, because what were people doing to rebel against the CBDC, to rebel against what's going on with these banks? Peer-to-peer transactions with crypto started soaring to all-time highs in the country. All of a sudden, now, what does Nigeria have? A new stable coin, because they're trying to make some sort of way to control the people. And it's not going to work. If you keep caging people in and you push and you push and you push, one day everything is just going to explode. And that is what's happening now. China, India, Australia, the United Arab Emirates, Canada, even the United Gosh Dang States is working on a technology that is a CCP-style surveillance tool to take away your freedom. And this is why we're here to educate once again. We do not want to be limited. We do not want to be censored. And we want to hold our value without it being manipulated. That is our goal. And that is what we will continue to educate people on. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely horrible. And people need to make sure they're focusing on taking out these people. Get these people out of the governments. Stand up, guys. It's time to stand up. And you know what the most beautiful part about this is that Bitcoin and crypto is the most peaceful revolution you'll ever see in your life, that we've ever seen in history. You don't have to pick up a weapon to defend Bitcoin. Why does the digital yuan have power? Why does the yuan have power? Why does the dollar have power? It's all because of wars. It's backed by absolutely nothing. That's a fact. Besides of violence. Violence, war has been fought to maintain these dollars, to maintain the government's power, and that goes for any fiat currency. But Bitcoin is peaceful. Bitcoin is using people's energy, the energy to put in to these computers to solve these complex mathematical, beautiful freaking algorithms and solve a block on the blockchain, get rewarded in Bitcoin and disperse that peer-to-peer into the world. That is peaceful. That is transparent. That is the money we need. You fix the money, you fix the world. Oh, man. Keep connecting the dots, guys. The dots were so connected right there. The dots were so freaking connected right there. I think I need a sip of water. Can we smash these freaking likes, man? Let's pamp it. We need 150 likes, 150 viewers. We are literally almost there on all fronts. So make sure you guys are smashing the likes and sharing the stream out with friends. Oh, poop, man. Let's continue. Because we're going to keep talking about my favorite place. Just kidding.
China. 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 China.
Bruh.
UBS, which we know that UBS has their Switzerland location, which is where they're originally from. And then they have UBS Hong Kong. And it's just like all these other banks that start in one place and have another whole location and a whole other branch, and they say it's not connected. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool with your life. Don't be a fool. Obviously, we know that every single bank is connected. It doesn't matter what name it is, and especially if it has the same name like UBS and UBS Hong Kong, they're connected. UBS Hong Kong is tokenizing investment warrants on Ethereum with OSL. Swiss multinational bank UBS's Hong Kong subsidiary tokenized an investment warrant on Ethereum with currency exchange OSL. According to the announcement, the tokenized products is an option call warrant with Chinese smartphone giant Xiaomi Corporation as the underlying stock. After the tokenization, the digital asset was sold to the exchange. Quote, we are simulating the whole product lifecycle of an equity-linked structured product token from token to mint through simulated secondary market transactions and finally to token burn at maturity. They said that the novel product enhances transparency, reduces transaction fees, streamlines settlement processes, and allows for more flexible trading hours. They wrote that the tokenization has several notable advantages, namely creating new accessibility channels, increasing efficiency, and providing transparency via the immutable blockchain ledger. Quote, tokenized warrants utilize smart contracts that allow automation, streamlined trading, and administrative processes, and lower handling costs. They also, in June, they had a 200 million Chinese yuan worth of digital structured notes minted on ETH in Hong Kong. Who is actually going to be able to use this technology? Let's not be silly. We know it's only the rich people in Hong Kong, in China, and only the people that the government allows to use anything. They are completely tyrannical, and they do not care about anything. Now, they say, oh, one day, yeah, tokenization, woo-woo. Bitcoin spot ETFs, woo-woo. But who actually gets to touch any of it? Nobody. And it same goes for this news story as well from Hong Kong, saying that they're going to have universal AML requirements for OTC crypto traders. OTC means over-the-counter, AML, anti-money laundering requirements. Boom. The government of Hong Kong will tighten restrictions on over-the-counter digital assets trading by subjecting it to the same requirements as the retail digital assets trade. The government published its public consultation on legislative proposals to regulate OTC trading of virtual assets. This will last until April 12th. This primary suggestion is to include OTC under the jurisdiction of AML and Counter-Terrorist Financing Ordinance, AMLO. This was effective from June 2023, and it means that the government includes spot trade of any virtual assets for any money, and the virtual assets will remain under the domain of the standard virtual assets trade provider license. Peer-to-peer trading will also remain outside the scope of OTC. They also require here OTC traders to comply with roughly the same demands as the service providers. They would have to obtain a license from the Commissioner of Customs and Excise to promote and provide the address of the local management office, correspondence address, and the place for the local storage of books and records. They will only be allowed to transfer assets from their registered wallets to a client wallet, and the clients would have to provide proof of ownership and control over their wallets. They will not be allowed to trade virtual assets not listed on their service providers or stablecoin whose issuers were not licensed by the HKMA. I cannot even put to words how much this flames me, how much this fires me up. So Hong Kong, one day they say, we like crypto. Yay, crypto. Next day, they're like, oh, crypto brings mainstream money laundering. Now UBS is tokenizing on Ethereum for something that they want that benefits them for the sake of transparency with the most non-transparent government ever. Now they have OTC when really they're not allowing over-the-counter trading because you have to register to be an OTC provider. Then if you want to trade, you have to have a license to trade OTC. Give them a registered wallet. Then give them your address and the place that you are storing your records. Then you're not allowed to trade something that's not on these actual platforms. And you cannot use stable coins that are not approved by them. So does anybody actually get to do anything here? No. Because even we saw with the ETFs and all of the investment for retail, it's not real because you have to have a certain net worth. You have to pass a test that lets you know you're smart enough to do something. Who are you to tell me if I'm smart enough to invest in something? If it's my money, it's my money. In China, that's not the case. In China, you're not allowed to have your own money, and you have to have a certain net worth, which in a completely tyrannical country, how can you achieve a certain net worth if they don't allow you to have basic human rights? And if they don't like you, if they don't like your vibe, then you're automatically cut. China's not real. I don't know why anybody takes anything seriously that comes out of this country. It's an absolute joke. Wishing. They want all these records. Why can't we have their records? Why can't we have China's records? What are they doing? What kind of gross things are they up to?
China.
Hucksters.
Horrible. We're going to stay international for a moment or two, because we have the Thailand SEC that charged former ZipMex CEO, the Thailand-based one. If you guys are a part of ZipMex, then in Thailand, you guys got some stuff going on here. Here's the latest news from Thailand. We see here that Thailand's SEC accused ZipMex Thailand CEO of corruption and deception. They found that the customers' assets held in the exchange's Z wallet were transferred, thank you for subscribing, were transferred into overseas digital wallets before an announcement was made regarding changes in terms and conditions. This did not correspond with the information they had supplied. Therefore, they said it considered that ZipMex Thailand has committed fraud by presenting false statements. They were a unit of Singapore-based ZipMex headed by Marcus Lim and was granted approval by the Ministry of Finance and the SEC in 2020. But last week, they ordered the exchange to suspend its digital asset trading and brokerage services. If you guys are on ZipMex, make sure, in Thailand, make sure you guys are off of that. Again, this is an example of not your keys, not your crypto. If you don't have your crypto, in a wallet, then you are doing crypto wrong. You have to make sure you are taking custody because you could always send it back. Always send it back because it's yours. You have control at that point. Evan, you need a lot of energy for this. Where is it coming from on top of an electric car focused future? I'm very pumped. I'm very passionate about the whole space, and I love the space, and I love the freedom that it gives us, and I will always represent freedom. That is what I do. That is what I do, and that's what I'll always do. Oh, man, we have also breaking news on Terra. No, we are not focusing on little Dogecoin. Little Dogecoin, what a guy. He was trying to escape Montenegro with his boy, the CFO. And we do know that the CFO and him got picked up on false documents. Seems as though Sir CFO is being extradited to South Korea. We already see that the US and South Korea wants their hands on Dogecoin. That is still to be determined. He's a hot commodity, little Dogecoin. The CFO was charged with alleged fraudulent marketing. We see here. South Korean authorities took the former CFO, Han Chang-jun, into custody on Thursday for earning this is a stupid amount, over $40 million in U.S. in unfair profits from allegedly fraudulent marketing of the Terra stablecoin. He was extradited from Montenegro on Monday after being arrested in March of last year. The prosecutors are accusing him of participating in the fraudulent sale of cryptocurrencies while deliberately marketing the false premise that Terra had the potential to be utilized as a real-world payment option. On Monday, a former Terra developer testified that the executive members were aware of the Terra stablecoin and could not be used for payments due to local regulations. The co-founder, who was present at the trial, argued that the regulators had not established a clear stance on using crypto as a payment method. Han's other charges including sold all profits of his cryptocurrency without proper securities regulation, because we already know that they had Luna and a few other tokens that were associated with this here. And local authorities view the token as an investment contract, leaking about 100 million financial information records of ChaiPay customers to the Terra blockchain, according to the report. And this was a payments company created by the Terra co-founder as well that was closely tied with Terraform Labs. Dogecoin is still in custody, and we'll see what happens by February 15th. There you go. CFO from Terra extradited to South Korea, and he's saying, bro, you didn't give us any regulations, which is true. In the United States, it's the same thing. We don't have any regulations. Where are the regulations? It's crazy that these countries, including the United States, are just arresting people for following rules or not following rules that don't exist. So how can you have people get arrested? How can you fine people if there are no rules? That leads me into TradeStation, which settled with the SEC and agreed to pay $3 million in penalties. Now, I have a huge question. All of these crypto exchanges that are getting fined for selling unregistered securities when there are no rules as to what a digital asset freaking security is, I almost cussed right there, do they get the money back in the future? Will the SEC give them the money back that they took? Because they were wrong. Because they are trying to push regulation by enforcement, which doesn't work. TradeStation Crypto Inc. settled with the SEC to pay $3 million. They failed to register the offer and sale of crypto lending product that promised investors a way to earn interest. They announced the change on Wednesday and said TradeStation had agreed to settle the charges and pay $1.5 million penalty without admitting or denying the SEC's findings. They're a mainstream finance platform launched in 1982 and acquired the Japanese finance group Monex in 2011. In 2020, it started offering crypto deposits accounts, allowing customers to earn interest. As of 2021, they had over 11,000 active users participating in the interest feature globally. Their crypto lending product was a security, is what they say, and did not qualify for registration exemption. On June 30th of 2022, they stopped offering the service upon their orders and announced its crypto-related products and services in the U.S. would be terminated that February. So that is insane. So February 22nd, look for that. Obviously, the SEC is ridiculous, and they had to pay $3 million for honestly nothing because there are no freaking rules. How can you give rules to people that don't exist? They're actually imaginary. Let's get our stuff together, man. As a country, this is embarrassing. Just stealing money from people, because that's what they're doing. The SEC, they're money grabbing. The CFTC, everybody is money grabbing from these poor people and taking out our economy. Why are you taking away from companies that are producing a good amount of money? Like, eventually taxes get paid and the money goes back to the government anyway. It does not make sense. Gary, where are
Hucksters.
the rules?
Fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
This is upsetting. Upsetting to the Maximus. Yes, I am yelling. Yes, I am yelling because I feel like yelling. Also, we're almost like 150 likes. Let's get it.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Nice sundress. Time to add sun. Sun with face. Hashtag Tphonic. Sparkling heart. Rose. White tick mark.
Hashtag GTFO NYC is appropriate. Yes, I'm in a sundress because I don't care what season it is. I'm out here for that love. Also, yeah, I need to get out of here. So we need to start a fund instead of an ETF. It's the GTFO NYCF. Ooh. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But we still have more news. Bitcoin is pamping though. Like, what is she doing this morning? What is she doing? Okay, let me get to important things. I want to get to important things. If you go, no, crypto firm backed, they warned it might not be able to remain in business. They are a company that has backing from the New York Stock Exchange, and they said they might not be able to continue because of an ongoing concern that they don't believe their cash and restricted cash are sufficient to fund their operations for the 12 months following the date of the filing that they have. They're seeking to sell up to $150 million of securities. So if you guys know about Bakkt or this platform at all, make sure you guys take a look at it. They had a digital wallet that was discontinued last year. So it seems like these people weren't making money, and they even had the TradFi investors behind them. Before we get into the chartery, we have some important things concerning my Dogers. Doge friends, please, in the chat, make sure you guys are here. Make sure you're there, you're square, and you are members. So that way you could drop some member emojis. We need the member emojis out here. There you go. The Doges. Emma still, oh, she does have it. Okay. But okay. I see. You guys have the memberships. Guys, drop those Dogecoin emojis in there because we have some news on the Doge One mission. If you guys do not know what the Doge One mission is, this was a mission between the Dogecoin community, Geometric Energy Corporation, and SpaceX. Yes, Elon Musk, Sir Musk. This was planned many, many years ago with the whole being that they wanted to have the Doge One satellite that is going to be launched. Originally, this was supposed to be at the end of this month. Everyone was very excited about it. It seems as though this is not happening now, and it is delayed. The mission cost is still not revealed. If you guys look back at this article from November of 2021, it said the moon mission costs non-trivial amounts of millions of dollars from the CEO of the Geometric Energy Corporation. Unizen is also part of this as well. They created the Doge One CubeSat, a miniature satellite that obtains information from using space cameras, sensors, and mirrors that will be launched into lunar orbit. They explained that Dogecoin was the unit of account to pay for the Lunar Launch Service Agreement because they're trying to become the first crypto-paying customer of SpaceX, and the natural choice was Doge, given the interest in it being the people's coin. Due to an NDA, they told people that the cost of the mission, again, was a non-trivial amount of millions of dollars. There was even a recent mission for a physical Dogecoin to go to the moon that was paid in cash, but originally wanted to be paid in Dogecoin. Elon Musk did accept the SpaceX payment with Dogecoin. The thing now, though, is that they had to make another payment to rebook this mission. So it's no longer happening at the end of the month. They're going to repay this fee in Dogecoin, though, and this is not disclosed the amount. The CEO disclosed, Samuel Reed, on X that they had to repay the booking fee in Dogecoin and they had to keep moving on. They said it's unclear why the payment was mandatory in Dogecoin, but it was worth mentioning that this was the initial payment back in 2021. They're saying it caught the interest of the Doge community. It is delayed. There was a voice chat on Telegram that they had as well, saying that they were going to have the IM1 mission, but it's now going to be on IM2. We're not sure when that's going to happen. I do have a voice memo from the CEO of a Geometric Energy Corporation. Here we go.
Potential possibility that IM1 is delayed immensely so further months that we rebook actually onto the same mission, but it's looking like it would be IM2 or another moon mission that is prior to IM2 if that happens. There are other moon missions that are not the Intuitive Machines moon mission series that SpaceX is doing, and I'm not privy to talk about that or the timelines or
And then towards the end, he started saying some stuff too.
Mission series. So Doge 1 was trying to make it on IM1 and almost did. We had the FCC approved in time even, but the equipment for the radio and the finished satellite to ship is not completed. So that's not going to be making it on IM1, which would be coming up as launching here in like 10 days or.
So we see here that the CEO of the Geometric Energy Corporation, he said that they were not going to have the IM1, so it's going to be delayed for a few months. This comes from a friend here, Justin. If you guys want to go follow him as well, this is where I got this information from. He was able to give me these updates, which is really important. I hope that Elon does talk about this mission with Dogecoin. I think that Elon, it's hard for him to talk about Dogecoin because he's trying to have X payments get set up and he doesn't want all these bureaucrats to get mad at him and delay all of these things he's trying to do because ultimately he loves Dogecoin and he wants to bring that to X at one point or another. At least we think that's the case. He, bottom line, accepted the rebooking fee in Dogecoin, accepted the initial payment in Dogecoin back in 2021. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait a little bit longer for the launch. If you guys were wondering what he meant by satellites and radios, they're going to have this Doge 1 satellite that's launched. Obviously, they're going to have a little bit of a screen on there, which is pretty cool. And on the screen, you could pay in another cryptocurrency to be able to display advertisements on this satellite. And there'll be a little camera looking at the screen, so you'll see your little ad in space, which is kind of dope. On top of that, they have the Doge 1 radio, which is highly important because if you guys didn't know, if the internet goes out where you're at, obviously the internet's going to be up other places. But if the internet goes out where you're at, then you're able to send Dogecoin transactions via radio. And that's what this will serve, the purpose that will serve. Absolutely amazing. Great use case for Dogecoin. Great use case for cryptocurrency. And this is only the beginning of it. So if you guys are updated on the Doge 1 mission, you wanted to know what was going on there because I have some questions I saw in the chat, that is your updated news. Dogecoin mission delayed. Ben, thank you for the lightning bolt. Whoop, whoop. Woody woo. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, we're making headway. 14,911 subscribers. Oh! We got 89 more. 89 more until 15,000. Pamp it. Pamp it, frick it up now. Pamp it, pamp it, pamp it, pamp it, pamp it. Pamp it, pamp it, pamp. Let's look at the market recap. Oh, firstly, yeah, I guess we could go into Doge. We could go into Doge first when we get to the charts. Okay, yeah, let's go into Doge first because she's spicy. We got a beautiful, hold on. A sea of green. Tiny red bubbles too. I see them bloom. Like Dogecoin too. And I think to myself, what a wonderful corn. So we have 8-cent Dogecoin, as we were just talking about. It's up 0.5% today. We had a nice green dot that was just printed here yesterday, bringing that money flow a little bit upwards with that momentum. VWAP absolutely freaking pamping. Appropriate curvatures here. Listen, you want to know what a good curvature is? Good curvature. That is gorgeous. We love a beautiful curvature. Seems like we're going into that neutral direction here and maybe going bullish on the RSI, which is great. It's been a while since we've been trying to crack that, especially because we were worried about this 200-day SMA coming back into play, but the bulls are strong. They're defending 8-cent Dogecoin, so ideally closing at this level and then moving on to that 0.086 and then that 9.5 cents right here where my heart is very warm and fluffy. Dogecoin killing the freaking game. Now, Bitcoin is killing it too today because, again, our TA was TA'd. We see here green dot pulled that momentum up quite beautifully. See, this is beautiful curvature too. Look at that RSI. Look at that. Oh, look at that curvature. Oh, claps for curvature. We also have the VWAP pamping. Money flow is finally in the green once again after being quite neutral, and we're going in that bullish direction. We've had the highest RSI since basically the beginning of January, and listen, man, we were very hot towards the beginning of December, mid-December. We were very hot with the RSI, and this is where we were at, kind of tapping that 43.9. We pamped a little bit on the day of the ATF approval, but quickly rejected and dipped from there. We've been steadily making our way downtown, walking fast, faces past. We're freaking homebound. Ideally, we want to close again today above 43.8, above 44.8 as well, which is right here. We're chilling right now at 45.3, $45,333. Up 2.22%, which is a beautiful number. So yeah, I would like to close above that 44.8 and continue on to our beautiful, beautiful 48.3. That is the next big level that we're watching out for. And those are the ones in between. Now, if we turn around and things get freaking ugly for whatever reason, then we're still looking at that 41.5. But that's bearish direction, you know. Just another level, though. Just another level to watch. Again, if you have some requests, let me know. Put them in the chat. We have Ethereum today. That's at $2,456. And again, what happened? We crossed our magical, gorgeous 2340. 2340, I felt the magic, and it happens. I've got the magic in Ethereum. Up 1.36% today. We even have that green dot that pulled that momentum up very nicely. Green money flow coming through. The VWAP dipping ever so slightly, but look at that beautiful RS freaking I. Just bam, right through neutral, fully bullish. Hoping it continues on that path. Now, ideally, again, closing above 2340 is beautiful. If we want to come back down, establish support there, I'm not upset. But 2340, indeed, a magical number, pushed us right through. It seems like yesterday we had a good day with Ethereum, and bullishly we're looking at, you guys could see it, yeah, 2613. Magical number, testing it and rejecting it last time a few times before coming back down, testing 2340 again. So yeah, 2613 is the level I'm watching, and then neutral, slightly bearish, is closing at that 2340. If it goes back and retraces that way. Ideally, you would like to stay at 2,500, above 2,400, you know, anything above that, you know. Then we have Cardanzo that's finally making a move, 53 cents. Green dot was just printed, bringing everything up, except for that money flow, not the right type of curvature there. And also we have the RSI that's trying to make her way downtown and fully going in the bullish direction. So good for Cardanzo. XR Pi not really moving as usual, stuck between 54 and 48 cents. What else, man? Is there any other requests? Whoa, Family Feud. Why are we feuding? Jay Farmer, get that 150 likes. Did we do it? Is it there? Are we good? Oh, yes, we passed it. That is gorgeous. Oh, that's gorgeous. Caspa, yeah, I got you, M2. Sure. Also, thank you, M2, for yesterday. It popped up on the screen, but it didn't bring the message up during the show. But thank you. Okay, hold on. Caspa. So Caspa is 12 cents, almost 13 cents, 0.1288. Let me just expand my lines out a little bit so we could see that better. Okay. So basically, again, Caspa is like slightly in price recovery because, again, we were like just coming off those all-time highs. Obviously, it had to cool off a little bit. Right here, as we were kind of talking about, around this 9 cents, high 9 cent range, 9.5 cent-ish, was defended. Moved its way back up, closed above 11.5 cents, which we wanted. And next, I'm looking to keep closing above 11.5 and move up towards that 13.137 cents. We're up 10% today with Caspa, so things are happening. Green dot pulled that momentum up, money flow, nice type of curvature here. We love a nice round curvature. Moving up towards that zero line. Maybe we could breach that zero line, go bullish there. And the VWAP is kind of going. Nice kind of curvature here on the RSI, too. We love curvatures on this freaking channel. Oh, my gosh. Gorgeous. spike right over that neutral zone, going right almost to overbought. Now, again, the last time we were overbought was literally mid-November. Now, we go back to mid-November, friends. What was happening? That run, that crazy run up to all-time highs. So could we be overheated? Maybe, but the last time we saw these levels was when we were breaching, those all-time highs. Am I saying we're going to all-time highs? Definitely freaking not. I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen. Do I have a crystal ball? Am I a genie of some sort? No. And if I was, then I'd be living like on a freaking island somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, I would ideally like to establish support at 11.5 cents and look towards that 13. Basically almost 14.137. That's what I'd look for, because the signals are signaling right now. Signals are signaling, but also things could cool off again and go back down to that 9 cents, almost 10 cents. Who knows? But that's just what I'm watching, man. That's just what I'm watching. Digital assets, like I live on an island and I'm no genius. He's funny. I love him. Shout out to Rob. Yesterday we had an amazing freaking show, man. We had an amazing show. If you haven't yet, you can easily find that gorgeous show by going on my channel, youtube.com/missteencrypto. Go over here, go to the Randi Hipper show, and right here, look at beautiful Rob. He's such a beautiful guy, man. What a beautiful guy. Watch that show. He's amazing. And he does know a lot. No one is the experts of the experts. We're all learning here. There's always things to learn with crypto, but you are a very smart individual, okay? Rob, don't ever doubt yourself ever again. Ever. Patrick, what up, dude? Rudy Poo, curvature. You're so funny, dude. Guy, he told me to give you his email. Okay. Yeah, give me his email in DM. Send me his email, and I got it. Days FinTech channel. You want me to look at Ethereum Classic? Sure, bro. I got you. Okay, ETC. Okay, hold on. So Ethereum Classic actually at that critical level that we were watching. Holy freaking poop. So listen, we're gonna break down the next level to watch. So, wow, so on point, dude. Where is this? Okay, so $25.55 for Ethereum Classic today, up 1.5%, just about. Green dot freaking printing on that momentum. Beautiful. We have that VWAP pumping. Though we are a little confused on the money flow. Went slightly red, pumping up just a little bit. Obviously, you want to maintain that money flow. Water the plant, it grows. We also have the RSI bouncing off neutral, going bullish. Very cute, very cute. And we have $25 again and 50 freaking something cents that we have outlined for quite a while now. And again, this all goes back to historical levels, where right here at this point at 25.55, we were looking at, again, support when it was established. Nice price action, but when it struggled and it rejected, it was harsh. It was freaking harsh, which when we rejected it the last time in November of 2022, it ultimately made us struggle here at $19.60 something, and also bring us to that bottom, that wick bottom of around $13.76. We maintained support at $17, $18, stayed above the 200-day SMA, which obviously we were a little critical of. And we moved on up. We tested 29.53, which again, according to history, look back at history, when we failed to establish support. And we really never had that great of a support besides right here that we broke through and rejected. So we need a nice little bundle of joy. We need some nice support here at 29.50. But yeah, I would look at neutrally closing at 25.50. And bullishly looking to test that 29.50 again. Or bearishly, because you got to look at all scenarios, retesting and finding support at $19.89. But yeah, very interesting. XNA, let me see. Does it have history? Because if it doesn't, Patrick Murphy, we're gonna have to beef. Did I look at this already? Yeah, I can't look at this. Not enough history. Nuh-uh. They're not. Who wants a bundle of joy? I do. I want a bundle of joy. All right, who else? All right, got you, Dave. Wow, you guys are going off, man. You guys are like crazy in here. She is nice. I know that girl Jessica. Jessica's pretty freaking cool. I like Jessica. Padre, I think if this is the blonde Jessica, right? We met her at a conference. She's very nice. I really like her. Rudy Poo, everyone in the chat, hello. Michael Kent, do you think CAS will disappear since it's proof of work like Bitcoin? I can't really tell you that, but I could tell you that proof of work isn't going away, and I think proof of work is going to have her day in the sun even more. I'm reading my boss's notes. That's hilarious. So kids, this is how I met your mother. I'm hearing this crystal ball theme a lot in the crypto space. That's because a lot of people want price predictions and they want you to tell you where things are going, but you can't do that. You wealthy patriot wants a link. Sure. Yeah, let's link. Let's link, bro. You want a link at the place, bro? You want a link? Hold on. Link is $18.67. Then we were looking at $18 and breaching that, but we were also looking at $19.58. I'm not even sharing my screen because I'm so ahead of myself. $18.67, down 0.72%. Let's talk about it. Green dot pulled that momentum up, but now we have a fresh red one that's giving us some stagnant vibes here. We also have sideways money flow in the VWAP heading in the wrong direction. Although the RSI is very choppy right now. Went overbought and kind of chilling here, but aiming in a negative direction. Now, it's okay because we needed to cool off. We established a nice support here at $15.30. Did not do that at $16.10, which I thought was a little bit of a tip that we needed to work through, but we pushed right through it. Now, could we retest it because we didn't find a nice support there? Possibly, but who knows? We also have $19.61 that we tested and didn't quite hold. So I would look at that one as a next major level because, again, it was somewhere where we failed to establish support and failed to test. Right here is a major rejection on February of 2022. So those are your levels for Link. But I remember Link running from nothing to something, and I was like, whoa, oof, oofy, oof. How much history minimum should there be or that you like to see? I would like to see at least a year and like price action. So I think I would say at least a year. Bitcoin and ETH is the gateway. Randy A, it's nice to see you, my friend. 90% will say Bitcoin, ETH, and everything solely on ETH makes. Yeah, like listen, man. Like you don't. I don't discount any technology. That's my thing. Let me see if I could get this up. Stop. So I saw a request for MicroStrategy, so I'm pulling that up now. Oh yeah, we do have a chart saved there. That's stunning. That's stunning. Let me extend my lines out because I want to get all the history there. Okay. All right, I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm here for you. We have MicroStrategy, $571, man. 32 cents, up 12.5%, just about. Now, we see here that there was some Christmas tree action right here. Red, green, green, green. Recently, we have right here, it's kind of hard to see, but we have a nice green dot printed right here. Money flow is spiking. VWAP is spiking. Momentum is trying to peek over that zero line. Very nice curvature on the RSI. Taking in a closer look, spiked right over that neutral zone, going right into bullish. Could we go into oversold? I don't know, because the last time we breached through that neutral zone with MicroStrategy stock like in October of 2023, went right into bullish, straight to overbought, and had to cool down just a little bit and cause some sideways trading. But it seems as though we established a little bit of a support. It seems like the buyers were defending right here, 463. We're breaching that 564, which we were looking at for a long time. And also based on history, we wanted to maintain support there because once we did maintain support, we went to that 866. But when we rejected it, it was a little bit ugly and brought us down to like ultimately this 130 range before bouncing back. So bearishly, still looking at that 460. Neutral closing at this 567. And bullish testing that 673 about. Those are the major three levels I'm watching for the stock. Ultimately, TA respected, though. Like, freaking respected. I love that. I love that. Yay! Pamp it up for TA. I love technical analysis. I love this so much. Listen, I'm so excited because Bitcoin's 45.4 right now. Like, that is a stunning number. We're at our highs basically for the day. We're looking to stay above this 44.8 and look towards that 48.3. But again, that's ambitious. However, nothing's too ambitious for Bitcoin. She could do whatever she wants. It doesn't matter. We have whoa. Okay, well, I was gonna say we had quite a lot. We just dropped basically 10. I don't know what happened. But yeah, we have 98 more subscribers. So make sure you guys are checking this out and subscribing to the channel so that way we could just pamp it and have a good time with one another. I also put up this tweet this morning. Where is that? I put up this tweet this morning for humor, and I just thought it was funny. And if you guys want to go check that out, I put this tweet up. When you go on a date and his portfolio doesn't include Bitcoin, there are a lot of people into this. Jordan, ask if he has Dogecoin. He might be crazy, but he'll for sure make you laugh, which is actually so true. Go Jordan from Doge. Also, shout out to Jordan. This guy is awesome. He's from the My Doge wallet. I totally recommend this wallet. Totally awesome. Download it. It's self-custodial. You get your recovery phrases, and you connect your X to it. And basically, you could post memes on there, and people could tip you through X, and you could tip people through X. And it's just a fun little community item. You could buy swag using Dogecoin, gift cards with Dogecoin, and a lot more you could do on that app. So I very much suggest it. And shout out to Jordan, the CEO, and shout out to the memes, man. I don't know. Dating is difficult, man. Dating is difficult in crypto because, you can't date somebody. I don't know if I could date somebody that does not know what crypto is, or if they don't know what it is and you try to explain it to them and they don't even want to hear it. That's immediate red flag for me. You need to hear me out. You need to at least pretending to like what I like. It's a two-way street, man. It's a two-way street. Crypto dating app when? I need that. Been single a minute, Michael said. I understand, bro. I buy Bitcoin just because you're beautiful. Oh, you don't have to do that. You could just buy Bitcoin because you like the asset. You don't have to do anything because of me. Lazarus, what's up, dude? Potatoes are security. I agree. Crypto Allah, if they don't know what crypto is, they don't know what money is. Red flag. That is a freaking statement right there. That is a statement. And I also have my birthday countdown. We have my birthday that's happening literally 8 days away. So next Friday is the birthday party. So not tomorrow Friday, the Friday following. So I'm so excited to turn 21. We have Valentine's Day on Wednesday. We have my birthday on Friday. So we're going to have so much to talk about and so much fun to be had. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, Alexandra G said today is her birthday? No way. Alexandra G, why did you not say anything to me before? Happy birthday. Oh, freaking sheesh. Happy birthday. Oh, Alexandra G, you are so amazing, man. You are so amazing. I have so much love for you, man. So much love for my girl, Alexandra G. So much love for you. Thank you so much for spending your birthday with us. Thank you for supporting this channel the way you do. You are amazeballs, as I say, and Dave Digital said to you too. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You're a beautiful person with a lot of love and support. Thank you. Yay, Alexandra G! I think I need a sound, like a happy birthday sound. Happy birthday to Alexandra G. Happy birthday to Alexandra G. Happy birthday. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. I also have a potato flew around my room before you came. Excuse. Patrick, stop. Your wife is going to get so mad at you. Bullish Bradley, nice to see you, my friend. I don't know if I said hi to you today. Mellow Fellow, Dave Digital, Fox Phoenix. So many beautiful people. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed on X yet, make sure you guys are subscribing on my X. I post exclusive tweets on there all the time, basically every freaking day. For you beautiful people. Hi, Flat Smack, B-Team. What's up? All right, guys, like, what a glorious show we had today. This was like absolutely like fabulous. I have so much love, so much support for every single one of you. We had an amazing week in crypto, an amazing week for the channel. Of course, we're trying to hit that 15K. I hope we do eventually. I mean, man, I am just, at the seams, man. I just want to pimp it, man. I just want to have a good time. So thank you, Alexandra G, for supporting me. I appreciate you. Have a great day. A happy birthday to you. Hope everyone has an amazing day. If you haven't yet, make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe, share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on with Bitcoin, crypto, the banks, and connect the dots, man. Keep connecting the dots. Ask questions. Google questions. Maybe not even Google another search engine because these people are freaking nuts. So I definitely suggest you guys do what you need to do. If Bitcoin continues to pump, I will be back and I will look at charts with you guys. But we are going to continue on our day. We're going to continue on the content and everything beautiful like that. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Again, like, subscribe, share the stream out with friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, unless Bitcoin goes parabolic, at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. Have an amazing day. Happy Thursday. And as always, stay zesty.